What keeps you limited is at times how you view yourself, your friends, your associates, your family, and even your coworkers. If you feel that your life isn't progressing, you must take a ponder of what your current habits are. If you're feeling like you're on a routine and you're unconsciously, continuously down a pattern that you don't like, it's up to you to actually dig deep and acknowledge and actually be aware of why you are doing what you're doing. Sometimes we wake up, we go to a job, and when we go to that job, we get off that job, we'll catch a happy hour, we'll do something in between the time that we go back home. We go back home, we cook dinner, we do laundry, we do whatever that looks like, and then we go back the next day to do the same thing. When we get stuck in a habitual pattern, we are being conformed. And what consistently will hinder anyone in their growth is conformity. When you conform to something that you are not acknowledging or even a conscious behind even seeing, you are on a pattern at times even of self-destruction. When you don't know where you're going and you're just aimlessly walking and wandering through life, we call that the walking dead. Living purposely on purpose, seeking the excitement that they lack in their own lives. When we quit a job because we don't like the job or the people or we're looking to experience something different, we may carry that same energy and habit into the next job. We may have changed titles, we may have changed tax brackets, but we didn't change the energy or the habits that keeps us complacent in our own lives. So I've been guilty of that. One thing I learned is why would I want to quit my job to get a better paying job to know that I don't even like working? As entrepreneurs, we are passionate behind creating our own sources of income. So why continue building someone else's dream when I can take the risk or take the jump or invest? Because when you invest in yourself or you take that risk to invest in entrepreneurship, doing something that's not typically what people normally do, it's not a risk, it is an investment. When you invest in something like yourself, it always will reap rewards. But you have to be a person that really is willing to do the hard work, even when things seem like it's not even moving the needle. When you move the needle in your life is when you're actually planting the seeds and you know they're going to be watered no matter what seeds are being planted, no matter what's being thrown at you. You know that you are destined for greatness. And so when I started out being an entrepreneur, I started out at 15 years old. I'm 26 now. I've been an entrepreneur for 11 years. And as I've had to hone in of where I am now at the age of 26, compared to where I was when I was 15, I am light years away from who I was when I was 15 years old. But my habits of sometimes I have realized as an entrepreneur, we jump at what we jump at things that make seem great, but they're just pretty, they're just something shiny. And when we jump to something that's pretty and shiny and we haven't finished what we started from the start, we'll continue that habit of starting over, restarting, jumping into something new rather than finishing from the get go. So, as entrepreneurs, we have to hone in on one singular thing because once you accomplish one thing, you can go to the next thing and so on and so on. But if we half-ass do one thing and then we jump to the next thing because we haven't finished this project, we'll continue to jump from project to project, not seeing the success in ourselves because we haven't had the success in the things that we are putting our energy to. If you want success in your life, you would have to successfully accomplish one thing and make that a habit to to connect and accomplish the second thing, the third thing, the fourth thing. So one thing I had to tackle when I was starting as an entrepreneur, I started out in the world of flipping phones on Craigslist, selling electronics. And once I scaled from the electronics, I eventually said, well, I want to do something bigger. When I was 19 years old, I hired a company that created apps, and I created my first app when I was 19 years old. where I wanted to scale from that creating an app. I said, well, I want to create a line of self-help books. I want to be a speaker. I want to do this. I want to do that. Once I was able to complete my first book, I have now been able to complete two books. I'm on my third book currently. When I wanted to create my marketing firm, because I had to teach myself how to build social media websites, websites in general, social media accounts, how to go viral, learning about marketing, what I had to learn behind scaling that endeavor is I had to surround myself with the correct people who are already in that realm, people who are already highly successful, and I had to pick up the books of those who have already been where I want to go. Whatever you're looking to do in your life, someone has already been down that road. You just have to be the person being willing enough to be brave enough to actually venture down that road as well. Life is short, so is our attention spans. So if you're a person that is easily distracted, close yourself off and learn how to meditate and hone in on one singular thing. I have a monkey brain. Like I said, I sometimes jump from the next prettiest thing without even finishing what I started. So, how do you stay consistent in your goals? You have to have your goals embedded in your brain, but also in down on paper where you can consistently see it on a daily basis. If you plant that seed subconsciously and unconsciously, you will ultimately see those results. The seeds that we plant today will ultimately grow not only tomorrow, but 5 years, 10 years, 12 years down the road. So at 26 years old, my goal in the next 10 years is to acquire multiple rental properties in the world of real estate. And how do I do that? For the past 4 years, I've been rebuilding my credit. I've been saving up money. I've been doing the hard work so I can get into the mental space, not only physical, mentally, and financially, to be able to go down this road. And so when I planted the seed of where I wanted to go in 2019 and where I am currently in 2019, it started back in 2008 when I was an entrepreneur, when I saw what I wanted from my life and I was told myself no matter what, I was going to go after and do it. So even when I went after to do it, I didn't have always the success. I've been homeless. I survived the summer of 2013 with $1.78. I've been insecure in so many different ways financially. I've been in relationships where I had to get into a relationship so I could even have housing. Trust me, the endeavors that you put yourself in life all would pay off if you continue down the road of prosperity and happiness. Well, if you quit along that road, no matter what age you quit, no matter what age you start, if you don't start and continue, you'll never see what you really wanted from the start. If you wanted to be a millionaire and you stopped before you even did it, then why did you even start from the get go? Your why has to be powerful enough to continue you flourishing internally before anything actually blossoms. You have to have a strong core, a strong mindset. And the moment you actually define those in your life, you will have those seeds that you plant grow. But if you're insecure and if you're doubting yourself from the start, you'll never actually finish. So change your attitude, change your willingness to actually grow, and change your willingness to ask for help. There are plenty of people that are in this world that are at the stage you want to be in your life. You have just had to be a person humble enough to ask that person for help. Ask someone for help, and you shall succeed. We don't make it out in this world alive, so we might as well enjoy the journey while we're here.